If you're interested in unique rental spaces like the container home behind me, or camper vans, or A-frames, then you're gonna like this video. I'm here at Alternative Living Spaces right here in Las Vegas, where they custom make these containers in all sorts of different living spaces. So we're gonna meet the owner and dive into their business model and see how profitable this really is. What's up, man?
What's up, Ryan? How's it going, bro?
Good, bro.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
Yeah, dude. So we're already in an alternative living space right here.
That's right. It's a 20-foot shipping container.
This is a shipping container that you converted into an office.
That's right.
How often do people do that?
It's pretty common, especially, ever since COVID, we've gotten a lot of requests for people that want to do basically remote offices, work from home. And so we've been doing a lot of units. We ship them nationwide. And so,
do you just put them in their backyards and they have a new office space, or what?
It depends, yeah. In some areas, it's as simple as that. In other areas, it can be a little bit more complicated, but most of them are using them as backyard offices.
Wow. So this is a 20-foot container. I mean, obviously you got everything you need in here. It's AC'd, We're in Vegas right now in the middle of the summer, but it's still fine.
Yeah.
So you guys can pretty much turn any container into whatever somebody wants.
You're right. Yeah, so we've done a lot of stuff. We've done offices, gyms, pool houses, obviously homes.
Yeah.
Coffee shop, so
yeah.
things.
And I was looking around before we started filming, and it looks like you got a bunch of different things going on. So I want to see these and kind of get an idea of what they cost and how profitable they really are.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Cool. Your space right here, you've got all this workstation, and you're in the middle of it looks like a junkyard and all this stuff around. So what's going on here?
Yeah, so very industrial space. This area where we specifically are doing our builds is really utilizing containers. So we have two 40-foot containers, a tent that is designed for containers. So it was kind of the most affordable and practical space that we could create without maybe investing 200 grand into a big warehouse space.
Yeah, no, I think it works great for what you're doing. You just sublease this from, one of the buildings over here?
That's right.
Yeah,
so we just sublease the space, and it works out really well.
Yeah, so I see right here, you've got this little, would you call it even a camper? What would you call this?
So this is a vintage, the technical name is a scamp, is the trailer type.
Okay.
But we picked it up off of basically a website that they sell these used. We got it out of Arizona for about $4,500.
45, okay.
We're gonna convert this, probably put another 5 grand into it, do a really cool custom paint job on the exterior, and then we'll put it on outdoorsy as a nightly rental, probably for about $120 a night.
$120 a night. So you're gonna keep this one as your own kind of income stream.
Correct, yep.
So you'll be all into it for 10 grand.
Yep.
It'll get $120 a night. How much do you think that'll be a year? How often will it rent?
Yeah, I think this one will probably get on average about 15 nights a month.
15 nights a month. I mean, so you're talking almost $2,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So let's just say conservatively, it's $1,500 a month. You're talking about making $18,000 a year.
You're right.
And it only costs you 10.
Yeah. It's a good little, I'd say outdoorsy, especially here in Vegas. Vegas is the #2 market in the US for RV rentals.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of competition right now, especially when it comes to unique spaces. So this one, we'll probably paint it bright blue on the bottom, a really nice white on the top.
Yep.
The interior is going to be very creative and unique finishes.
Yeah.
And so it'll really stand out on there.
So what is outdoorsy?
Yeah, it's basically Airbnb for RVs.
Got it. Okay, so people go on there, they know they're gonna get an RV, and where do you even place this?
Yeah, so basically we'll store all of our rentals here at our yard, and people basically fly in. So everyone that we've worked with so far that has rented our units, they fly in from all over the US. They come straight from the airport here to pick up the camper van or whatever it is they're renting.
Yeah.
Then they'll take it out for 7 days, go to all the national parks, and then come right back.
Okay, so this one's not in any permanent situation.
Correct.
They're gonna come pick it up, their own car, and they're good.
Yeah.
But this one right here
Yeah.
looks much more permanent.
You're right. Yeah, this one's heavy. Yeah, it weighs a lot of weight.
So let's look at this.
Yeah.
So this is a container that you guys have already converted to an actual home.
You're right. Yeah, this one's gonna go to Oakland, California. It's gonna be an ADU, so it'll be a second unit on a property. She's gonna use it as a rental.
Okay. So, I mean, it's pretty small. I mean, obviously it's got a tub and everything else. You got your bathroom, you got a little kitchen. I assume your dining table might be right here.
Yeah, we do a fold up, basically like a fold up bar table.
Okay.
It'll flap against the wall, it'll fold out. Right here we do a sofa Murphy bed.
Okay.
So sofa during the day, pulls down at night.
Ah.
Then your TV will go right up here in this space. And then in terms of wardrobe space, we do have an option to do a floor to ceiling wardrobe. and you can do like a combo washer dryer too.
Okay, so how big is this square footage wise?
It's 160 square feet.
160 square feet. So this is technically a tiny home.
Yeah.
It's just built in a container.
You're right.
Okay. What, like, are you guys all into making one of these for?
Yeah, so we have a few different ways you can build out these units. So this one is an RV model, so it's on wheels. So we have to account for the cost for the trailer, but then there are off wheels models as well. The benefit of the RV model is it gets around a lot of permitting in terms of building code. If you're
because it's not a structure.
You're right. So you can put it anywhere an RV can go.
Okay.
So that's why the whole tiny house movement's all on wheels.
Oh, okay.
So if you go not on wheels and more like our base model, they start as low as 36 grand.
Okay.
If you start going on wheels, base you're like at 50, and then we have luxury type build outs as well. This is kind of in the middle. Our luxury build outs would have like additional windows on this side. We convert the container doors into all glass entry doors.
Right.
And those can run even upward of like 75 to 80.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so the people who are buying these, I mean, are they able to get loans on them? How does it work?
Yeah, so we do have a company based out of Utah that is able to do loans on the RV models, and they can do up to $150,000. So
okay.
That's a cool option. And then
they're basically saying it's an RV.
It is, yeah. So it gets inspected as an RV. It's RV certified. So it is by code an RV at that point.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
And then the other ones that are permanent, how do those work?
Yeah, so those depend. If you're in an area with low regulation, like more rural property, you know, typically it's hard to get a bank to come out and give you a full loan on it.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to be attached to a foundation. If that's the case, and it's usually going to be smaller banks that want to work with you on a container home.
Yeah.
So most of the people we work with are cash buyers. A lot of them are investors, and they have a property they're trying to do Airbnb rental, so they'll put them on there, but they come out of pocket typically.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing with a mobile home we do here in Vegas. Like, even though we own the land and the mobile home's on it, it's not attached to the foundation, so you have to pay cash. Nobody will finance it.
Exactly the
same principle. So I see up here, you also built like a rooftop deck.
That's right.
Yes, I mean, this rooftop looks really big. You got these nice rails, you got the nice siding down here, like, it looks good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so basically these rails collapse for transport because you can't be over 13.6 in height as an RV.
Okay.
And then once they get on site, we just pop them right back up.
Okay, and then is there a way to like store furniture up for here, or how do people do that?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like weight you can put up here, it's really strong. So you can totally put your furnishings up here, put a dining table up here, we've done, things like that. We did one where we had a slide come off here into a container pool. So you can get creative.
No, this is really cool. I see you've got some other things going on here.
Yeah.
Looks like a camper van and it looks like a gym.
That's right.
Yeah, I want to see those. Let's check them out. So what do you think this one will rent for on Outdoorsy?
So this one, to be honest, it probably isn't the best option for outdoorsy just because it is heavy, so it's hard to tow.
Okay.
So this one is a better option for someone that's going to keep it on their property long term. But our container homes, like on Airbnb and things like that, get anywhere from $120 a night to $350 a night.
Okay. Just kind of depends on the area, where it's at, everything else.
That's right.
So it's not quite the return as the little guy over there.
That's true. You're right.
But it's still, you're still making money.
Yeah, that's real.
Okay, so this. Got a little camper van.
Yeah, so this is actually a shuttle bus that is getting converted into a living space.
Wow.
So this one can be used as an outdoorsy rental, or it actually is so big, it's almost as big as a container, you could probably just park it on a property and rent it out.
So this thing drives and everything?
It does.
Wow, let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
All right, so I like what you've done here. You've got the wood ceilings, everything's very outdoorsy looking. This one's a lot, to me, this one feels bigger than the other one.
Yeah.
You've got this nice bed right here, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the bed, yeah.
Okay, and then this is a dining table?
It'll fold down into like a little sleeping area for a kid or something.
Oh, it'll also be a sleeping area. But would it be a dining area in the meantime? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have a table that gets installed and then it'll end up lowering right down.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think the reason this feels bigger is because of the windows. So even with container homes, like I always recommend a lot of windows.
Yeah.
That really makes a difference.
Yeah, I guess that's what's giving it the illusion. But it's probably, what, the same size?
It's about the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
The windows definitely play a big role. This one's cool because you could just take it anywhere.
You're right. Yeah, it's 100% off grid, so it's got solar up top, the batteries, the water tanks, all that. So
what would you sell something like this for?
So I would say something like this, our cost on something like this is going to be about 70 grand.
Oh,
we'll
wow.
probably sell it for close to 100.
Wow. That's crazy. Dude, you got some people that are willing to drop some big bucks on these things.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
What's cool about this one is this one will rent for about $250 a night. If you do that for 15 nights a month, you're looking at about $30,000 a year.
$30,000 a year, so make your money back in 3 years.
Yeah.
Own a bus.
Yeah.
What's the maintenance on these things? Like,
you know what? It's not too bad. This one is really low mileage. It's only got 25,000 miles. So if you're using it for outdoorsy where someone's going to drive it, I'd say retire it after like 150,000 miles.
Yeah.
And then look to have it in a fixed location where you can then rent it out.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a little, what, cargo van? What would you call this?
It's a Dodge ProMaster cargo van converted
Yeah.
into, a little living space.
So,
Camper van.
with these, you guys just kind of look at it and you're like, hey, looks pretty good. Like, we're gonna put this here, that here.
Yeah, it does get interesting, especially this one. It's such a small space.
That's what I was thinking. Like, this is very small.
It's half the size of these ones, yet it has everything that those have.
Yeah.
You've got the kitchen, the shower, a toilet. I mean,
Yeah.
all. Seating area, sleeping area. So definitely got to get creative with it.
So how would this one get a bed?
So this turns into a bed. So that actually folds down, that table drops down, and then the cushions basically fill in on top of the tabletop.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. Then you got a little bench area.
A little seating area here.
So how much will this one cost?
So this one, something like this would typically retail for about $95.
$95.
All in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't somebody just get that one?
You know what? What's nice about this, so here's a couple interesting things. This one rents for $300 a night.
Wow.
There's more demand for these because they're so easy to drive around.
Yeah, I'd be uncomfortable driving that. This anyone can drive this.
Yeah. So like May and June, we had 22 rentals for each of those months.
Right.
So 22 times 300, $6,600 a month.
Yeah.
And most of them, one of them, was a 3-week rental. The other ones are weekly rentals. And so, yeah, you can definitely do well with them.
Yeah, no, this one's cool. All right, so this is the one that I'm really excited about. This is the gym.
So my cousin, his company is called Furico. They launched a gym brand converting container. So we do the conversion for him.
Wow.
His client. So they're stunt devils out of Hollywood. So they'll be working out on set with this.
This is sick. Let's get in here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so this is really cool. Would somebody just put this in their backyard?
Yeah, we've done stuff like that. Yeah.
They're obviously not renting it on Outdoorsy.
Correct.
Yeah, so this is nice, man. Like, you got everything you need. You got a squat rack, you've got the little cable machine, you got your dumbbells, bike, more weights.
Yeah, and so the first model we built for him was this same size, but with that one we changed up the equipment a little bit too. So we had like row machine, skier, things like that. So the back of this one also has a deck with an outdoor pull-up bar. You can work out outside. So.
Whoa. Yeah, we got to see that.
Yeah.
So he sells these, and then you guys are the manufacturer.
Correct.
Wow. So what's he selling these for?
Something like this would probably retail for about $55.
Then it includes the equipment and everything, or okay.
Yeah, he has packages for all the equipment as well.
This is cool. Like, if you don't have room for a gym, like, this is probably more cost effective than a lot of the other alternatives.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we did one here in Vegas. It was 2 of these combined. So we cut out the whole 20-foot side, combined them, and it's a 20 by 16 space, but out in North Las Vegas.
Wow. Dude, I love this. This is cool. Sweet. I would work out here.
I love them.
Yeah, I'll go up here. Yeah, I'll do some pull-ups.
Hi there, huh? Gonna get it?
Yeah.
You know what's up?
All right. So this part would open up so you could go in and out?
Yeah, we can open it up if you want.
This is cool. Like, you just got the pull-up bar, whatever you want.
Right.
Let's see if it works. All right. All right, that's enough, guys. That's enough. It works. It's certified. RP certified. All right, so tell me about the business itself. Like, where are you guys at with revenues and how many units of these things are you selling? How's all that going?
Yeah, so we've done about 100 plus container homes up till now. Our revenue last year was 1.5 million.
Wow.
And we're in the process of kind of changing our business model a little bit.
Okay.
So I actually would be interested in hearing your thoughts on some things.
All right, what do you got?
So up till now, we've been doing all the manufacturing in-house.
Okay.
And we've developed some really good relationships where we can now outsource a lot of the manufacturing.
Okay.
And doing that gets my costs down like probably 20% out of my operating expenses.
Wow.
So we're in the process. That's why here we have multiple units we're working on that aren't here because they're outsourced.
Got it, because you don't have enough space.
That, and if I'm honest, like I personally love the design side. I love client relationships, branding.
Yep.
The manufacturing side and being like an ops guy isn't in my wheelhouse.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna outsource to all these different places and you'll just be able to work on marketing and sales and sell a ton of these things.
Exactly. Yeah, so it'll be our models. And these people we're outsourcing to, we basically are developing, we're calling it the Alt Build Network.
Okay.
And it's basically depending on what someone's looking for, we'll have the right builder that can kind of fulfill that order.
Yeah, I think if you can outsource and get your cost lower and it allows you to scale even bigger, why not?
That's true.
Yeah. And then it's just a matter of how many of these things can you sell?
Yeah.
Like how many do you think you could do if, like right now, are you constrained by your own ops and you're not able to produce as many more so you can't sell them? Or do you think that, you know, you could sell more if you just had opportunity?
Yeah, so right now it's a really interesting time to be in the tiny home market.
Okay.
So other tiny home builders would definitely relate to what I'm about to say, but one of the biggest challenges, where do I put it?
Yeah.
So with the way zoning is and permitting is right now, it's really difficult to find a place to put a tiny home.
Right.
So there is a lot of regulation loosening up around that in LA, Vegas, San Diego.
Yeah.
So as that becomes like more available, I think the demand increases a lot from there.
Yeah, especially when you look at the numbers. I mean, some of these things you can make your money back in 2 years, you know? So it's a good way to either your own property or if you have an Airbnb, you can add this to supplement the Airbnb.
Yeah.
You know, I think about my properties in Big Bear that I have, you know, like this would be great. Especially like I saw that little A-frame you guys were building. That would be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, what's the plan then? Is it just to build out that network of manufacturers, or what do you plan to do next year?
So we are making a bit of a pivot. So we're outsourcing a lot of the manufacturing. And then on top of that, we're really interested in getting into more of the online digital course space.
Okay.
So we just launched the course on how to build your own container home.
Wow.
So it goes step by step through the whole process. And it's kind of everything we've learned over the last 6 or 7 years building container homes, condensed so someone off the street could literally take the course and build their own.
Wow.
So you can save a lot of money doing it that way.
Right.
But we want to develop those same product lines for other types of rental builds. So A-frames, camper vans, shuttle bus conversions. So we want to become kind of a little bit of like a one-stop shop where you want to build out something. We have a course that'll fit that need to build it out.
Yeah, you don't want to buy it from us. You want to do it yourself. Here, you know, you got time, you got labor, you got energy. Here's how you do it yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I mean, for me, obviously, I realized that when I started selling education, that was much more scalable. It was easier than it was to just go flip more houses. And so, yeah, you guys might be at the point where it's like, man, is it better to go scale this education side or the manufacturing side?
Yeah. And my natural like strengths and passions is the education side.
Yeah.
So I feel like, at least from my own skill set, like I like how people say, like a lot of times in business, you know, one of the first steps is self-awareness, understanding what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I know that fits my wheelhouse really well.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people are going to start getting into tiny homes, especially as real estate prices keep increasing.
Yeah.
You know, and things become less and less affordable. And, you know, I think people are going to actually choose to live in a lot of these things, like long term. But even as an investor, which I'm assuming most of the people you sell to are kind of people trying to make some extra money, or they're just buying it for themselves for fun. I think that market's going to start shifting a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. I appreciate you showing us around, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Super cool operation.
Thank you.
I might have to buy one of these days and test it out.
Let's do something.
Cool, bro.
Sweet.
Appreciate
Awesome,
you.
brother. Thank you, man.
Yep. Guys, check out his course. Check out Alternative Living Spaces. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.